Hi, Doug Sr. here for your Live Clean tip of the day. Possibly one of the most harmful collections of chemicals we introduce into our bodies daily is in deodorants. Think about this. Deodorants are meant to stop our body's toxin release mechanism from releasing those toxins. After all, most deodorants clog our skin follicles, which hampers our body's natural detox mechanism, sweating, from occurring. Okay, let's get back to the chemicals. So every day we're applying this deodorant under our arms, not thinking too much about it as long as it's doing the job it's intended to do, which of course is to keep us from getting wet under the arms and to keep us from smelling. But chances are the deodorant you're using, the one you bought at the local drugstore, the big box discount store, or even the grocery store, is filled with a long list of potentially harmful chemicals. Just to give you an idea, here are a few of the popularly used potentially harmful ingredients in commercial deodorants. The first one is aluminum. And yes, I'm referring to aluminum, the element. Aluminum is widely written about concerning its links to Alzheimer's disease and breast and prostate cancer, and is also believed to be what's known as an estrogen mimicker, meaning once the body absorbs it, the mimicked estrogen can adhere to cell receptors, which are like information gatherers for our cells in the body. So these mimickers can confuse our cells into thinking this chemical is actually estrogen, but in reality, what they really do is block the real estrogen from getting into the cells, which could ultimately lead to a host of problems like breast cancer, diabetes, obesity, infertility, endometriosis, and a whole host of others. Okay, so next is something called parabens. We've all seen this name before. This popularly used synthetic preservative like aluminum is also a known estrogen mimicker and can also disrupt hormonal signaling. So here are some common parabens used in deodorants. You may have seen any one of these names in your current deodorant ingredient list. First is methylparabens, then propylparabens, and butylparabens. Now, parabens have been found to accumulate in our tissues. In fact, one study collected 160 samples of breast tissue from women who had mastectomies, and at least one form of paraben was found in 99% of the tissue samples. So parabens just might be something you want to work to get out of your life as much as you can. The next chemical found in deodorants is propylene glycol. This petroleum-based ingredient has been shown to cause skin irritation and thought to create damage to the central nervous system, liver, and even the heart. So next is the dreaded phthalates. We've all heard of the one popular form of phthalate known as bisphenol A or BPA. So phthalates can oftentimes be listed as fragrance, believe it or not, in the deodorant ingredient listing. You normally won't see the word phthalates. Instead, it's usually a component of the fragrance within the deodorant. So now, phthalates are considered probable carcinogens by the EPA. They're also hormone disruptors and actually appear to enhance paraben absorption into our tissues. And remember, parabens are estrogen mimickers, and they've been found to accumulate in breast tissue. So I want to ask you a question. With all of these potentially harmful chemicals in our standard deodorants, why are so many of us still using them? So if you're using a commercial brand deodorant, consider taking a look at the ingredients and then look them up to educate yourself on the potential damage they just might be causing. But here's the thing. What if there was an alternative? What if you could get your hands on an affordable, all-natural deodorant that actually worked? One that, unlike many of the natural deodorants on the market, does the job you need and would expect from a deodorant. Nowadays, there are some really good natural deodorants out there. However, we found that in order to be effective, you have to apply them several times throughout the day. Otherwise, you end up a wet, smelly mess. Well, now you can forget all about that because we have what we believe, seriously, is the best deodorant on the market. And it's 100% clean. In fact, shockingly, it has only 3 ingredients. And you can read them right on the product label. Tea tree oil, baking soda, and either lavender or cedarwood oils, depending on the version. So here it is. It's called, of all things, Life Stinks. That's right, Life Stinks. We found this deodorant is so effective, all that's needed is literally a small amount. So all you have to do is sprinkle a little powder on one hand, dab it under the arm, do the next arm the same way. That's it. This little amount will keep you going literally all day. Seriously, regardless of the activity, the type of clothing you're wearing, or even if you're just a constant bad smeller. This stuff's amazing. And this little bottle right here can last up to 3 to 4 months, depending on how much you decide to put on each day. And remember, 3 ingredients, that's it. So now's a good time, one more time, to look at the ingredient listing of your current deodorant and you do the comparison. So again, why subject yourself to health disrupting chemicals when really it's not necessary? Personally speaking, this is the single best deodorant I've ever used. So with this, we're inducting Life Stinks into the Live Clean Nutrition Hall of Clean as one of our favorite all-time products. Give it a try, you won't be disappointed. I'm Doug Sr., and this has been your Live Clean Tip of the Day.